that day. I have a photo shoot, so I'll also be doing like a vlog style and showing you guys what I do for my photo shoots. If you guys want like a more in-depth how I get ready for my photo shoots, like prepare like nails and eyelashes and all that, let me know in the comments down below. This video is sort of like ranty because I don't have like a certain topic I wanted to talk about, but I hope you guys enjoyed the couple things I did talk about. And just make sure to follow me on my Instagram, so when I do these type of videos where I talk, you guys can have a say on the conversation that we have, and you can be able to chime in and stuff. And also, so you know what type of try-on hauls that I do. But yeah, it came out really silky. So just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, become part of the family. Leave a comment down below so I can get to know you guys a little bit more, and just give a thumbs up if you guys do like this video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay guys, so getting straight into it, today we're gonna go ahead and straighten my hair because tomorrow I have a shoot. Don't mind the craziness behind me. That is a bunch of clothes I ordered, so there's gonna be a lot of hauls coming. So let me know what store you guys would like to see first. I believe there's Boohoo, some more Shein, some AliExpress, which you guys really liked in the last video, and Pretty Little Thing. So those are the videos that are coming. But yeah, so tomorrow I have a shoot, so I have to go ahead and get my hair situated. I've actually done the big chop like twice now because I keep straightening it and messing it up. But this winter, I think I'm gonna cut a little more just to make sure all my pieces that are dead are gone. I'm definitely not like a hair length hoarder. If it needs to go, it needs to go. But yeah, so I'm just giving this moment to dry by itself. Afterwards, I will use my blow dryer, and it has a comb piece on the end, so I just use this to like brush my hair out before I apply the straightener heat. And then I'll use this straightener here. It is the Infinity Pro by Conair. It's not that great, but it's cheap and does the job. So hopefully I'll be able to get the Baby Bliss. That's the one I really want. But for now, this is fine. I try not to go up too high. This goes up to 455 degrees, and I feel like that's just unnecessarily hot. So I try to go up to 392 max, and then if I have to do more than one swipe, I do. Again, I'm not afraid to straighten my hair, but as long as it straightens my hair, I don't really care. Which is probably why I'm in the situation I'm in with having to cut it all the time, but I honestly don't mind short hair. It's kind of easier because I have, as you can see, a lot of hair on this head, like a lot. So while I blow it out and stuff, I'm just gonna have it like speed because, you know, you get the gist of it. I don't want you guys to sit there and just watch me literally blow dry, but once I straighten it, I'll come back and we'll talk about something. I really don't know what to talk about, but maybe we'll just talk about like the Kanye thing because I know everybody has seen those clips. Let's have a conversation below. So yeah, I'm just gonna give this a couple more minutes to dry. It's just, I don't know if you guys' hair do this. So does your hair not curl at the top and then everything else on the bottom is fine? Because that's what my hair does. Like, it's perfectly curly here on the bottom, super cute, does what it needs to do, but my hair in the front just won't curl. Like, I really don't know what else to do. So if you guys have any suggestions on how to make the front just as curly as the rest of your hair, please leave some comments down below. A girl needs your help. But yeah, let me just give it a couple minutes. I'll go ahead and fast forward, and I hope you guys like this video. Okay, so before I get started with like using blow dryer, I like to divide my hair into sections because, like I told you, I have a lot of hair. So this just makes it easier for me to manage it. And I know this is honestly bad, but I don't put like any oils or anything in my hair or heat protectant because I want my straight hair to last for a long time, and if I put oils and stuff, my hair will just absorb it and it's gonna get really greasy really quick. So unless afterwards I straighten it, I feel like it's dry, then I'll add a little bit of oil to the ends. But if not, then I just don't. That way my hair just lasts longer straight and I don't really have to do too much to it. Also, while I straighten my hair, this is like a really weird thing I do. Well, I honestly don't think it's that weird, but anytime I do my hair, I like to watch cartoons. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Bob's Burgers on while I do this and just fast forward everything. But yeah, if you have any favorite cartoons that you like to do while you do your hair, leave a comment below. I love to hear which one and what you recommend because I just love cartoons. But yeah, let me go ahead and get to sectioning. So I'm just gonna go straight down the middle first. section, the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put that in a pigtail. Doesn't have to be. Get started. Separate into two groups when it comes to Kanye. The first one we'll go off with is okay, so the first topic we'll go off on would be the rants. So he had his little rally, so that was, I guess, his first rally to talk about Kanye 2020. Per usual, before I keep going, I go over the roots a couple times. I already know you guys are gonna come for me. I just like my hair really straight. Anyways, so he went off on a rant, per Kanye style. He kind of said a lot of things. The first one being about slavery, saying Harriet Tubman did not free slaves. She just brought them to work for more white people. I mean, don't quote me on it, something around those lines. Honestly, when it comes to that saying, I feel like Kanye is very misunderstood. Don't come for me. In the sense that he rambles and it doesn't make sense to us, but I feel like his thing has to do more with anxiety. So if you're an anxious person like myself, you tend to have a million thoughts per second. So like you have 3 million things going on in your head. So sometimes when you say things, it doesn't really make sense. Personally, I take the time to really think about what I'm thinking about, even if it's like 3,000 things to think about, if that makes sense. Him, I feel like he kind of just holds it in for so long because he doesn't have really anyone to express that to, and so when people are willing to listen, he kind of just goes off. I really do think he comes from a pure place. I don't think it's from a place of like malice or wanting to do things on purpose. But yeah, I feel like it just really comes down to anxiety, and his words really just don't come out right. And we all have those days where we want to say something but we can't find the exact words to say it. So we're not gonna at least I'm not gonna crucify him for that. So the way I interpreted the whole Harriet Tubman thing was like, just kind of like reflecting on the system we have today. So a lot of us do work for larger companies. Even though we are free of will, are we really free? In the sense that we have to work to make money, unless you're an entrepreneur and stuff like that. But I think he just meant it in the way of systematic injustices and prejudices and racism, which in that sense, what his statement means is pretty much correct. Although we are not slaves, we are bound to a system, and that's just what it is. Feel free to leave a comment below if you interpret it in a different way. You know, I like to have dialogue, open up my mind, let me know how you guys kind of interpreted that message. I don't think he meant it quite literally, because obviously she did free the slaves, like that's literally a historic fact, but that's how I interpreted it. My other thing on Kanye would be, he does have to be mindful of the message he brings across, because he is a big influence on a lot of people who like his music, on people who like him, his brand, his clothing. But we also can't forget that he is human. He has his struggles, he has his issues he's dealing with, his demons he's fighting, personal family issues that we may not see. I'm not speaking on the Kardashian family, because that's kind of just like, we really don't know what's going on. We can't really have an opinion. But we do have to realize, although he is an icon or whatever you want to call him, he is still a human. So he has every right to have mental breakdowns, because we all have those days. He has, especially after being in the limelight for 20 plus years, with a paparazzi in your face, or camera in your face, and you're not even able to grieve properly or have anything in private, have failures in private. Everything is kind of put on a screen. So yeah, I think we all forget that celebrities are humans too, and that's why I say I'm not. But he does have to be more conscious in the way that he does deliver his message, the message he wants to deliver, and what he is saying. Now, with that said, we will now talk about the whole Kanye 2020 president thing. Please don't vote for Kanye. I feel like it's just setting us up for failure again. We're going to be stuck with President Trump. I probably should not be bringing politics onto my channel so early on, but yeah, I feel like that's just going to distract the vote. So if you do, unless you honestly believe like Kanye can win presidency, please don't do it. It's just like, I just personally miss when the president of the United States was taken seriously, like as a serious position, and you had to have a certain amount of credentials, and you had to go to school for political science and have some type of politics background. I think that should be a criteria. Like, you shouldn't just get to run for president because you were born in the United States. That makes no sense. You should have knowledge on the background of the United States, about the history, about other political powers, about the people you'll be running into, about the military. Like, so much goes into it, and it's like you're affecting more than one life. You're affecting the United States, and you're representing the United States. So to have one person represent us all, and he's not really conveying the message we all believe, is like, yeah, that's tough. So to deal with another 4 years of that is like a no-go, at least for me. I am old enough to vote, so I will be voting. Again, don't want to get too political, so I'm not going to say who I'm voting for. But if you guys who are on my channel don't mind getting political, and you would like to know, more details or have more conversations about that, please feel free. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, when it comes to Kanye, I honestly just feel bad for him. I feel like stardom in the limelight has probably taken a toll on him. He probably just needs a break and has things to say. I'm looking for my other option. Has things to say that he can't quite say. And this is what it is. We're all just kind of trying to find our voice. He's just trying to find his. I don't think he should be joking around with the presidency thing, because even if he is serious, like, you don't have any political background, so you shouldn't be taken seriously, in my opinion. But yeah, I think he's just a human going through it. Onto his tweets. If he really did want to divorce Kim like he said, and he's been trying to divorce Kim, I personally don't understand why they wouldn't just get divorced, unless she just really loves him and wants to work on things. Again, we don't know what's going on in their household, so we can't really have an opinion. But I just hope he's okay, honestly. I'm very, empathetic, probably too empathetic. So I just put myself in the shoes of others, what they may be going through, what their experiences before, because you can't really judge somebody unless you've been in those shoes. At least that's how I think of it. Did I not do this? Yeah, unless you've been in their shoes, so yeah. I don't know. He just needs, I think he just needs his friends. And then some time away. Or just let him talk, just let him get it out. Because sometimes we just be wanting to vent. We don't know who to vent to, because you'll be stuck at home with the very people you want to be venting about. So it's like, just let this man get his feelings out, because it is very important to also teach men that they're able to have emotions just like the rest of us. I think I respect men way more when I can see them crying, or they just can express exactly how they're feeling. I feel that shows more maturity than trying to hold back tears or trying to act like that certain thing didn't affect you. It's just not realistic for humans. But then again, I'm very, very emotional. But yeah. So, besides that, I honestly don't have like a lot of topics to talk about. That's why you guys should follow me on Instagram. So when I do ask on my polls what you guys would like to talk about, or like chit chats you'd like to have, literally it can be anything. You guys can chime in and we can have some talks about it. And like I said, I want to make it like Let's Talk Tuesdays, so I would have the polls on my Instagram like on a Sunday. So if you guys want to follow my Instagram, it will be linked down below. That way you can go ahead and get those Let's Talk Tuesdays started, and we can have conversations about things everybody on my channel wants to talk about. And to my 18 followers, I see you. Little family, welcome. So excited to have you guys here. Hopefully we'll be expanding throughout the months, making the family larger, and just having a good time. Again, like I said, I want this channel to be like let loose and just fun and relaxed, nothing too crazy. Or crazy, we can get crazy if you all want to get crazy, that's fine. We can switch it up sometimes. But I just want it to be just things everybody's interested in, they want to see, and just kind of like a pace you can get away, because especially with everything that's going on right now with COVID, I think it's really needed. Also, we could possibly talk about our COVID experience as a whole throughout the months. I think that's a nice lengthy conversation we can all chime into. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about my COVID experience so far. The good, the bad, the ugly. Honestly, okay, so I said I was going to leave it at 392. I think I'm going to bring it up a little bit to 419. I think my hair just needs it. But, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about my COVID experience a little bit. Comment down below on your experience so far, because I do want to hear it. I know everybody's been a little different. So first, let's just start from the very beginning. So in the beginning, my job did not want to put us on leave, and that's when things were getting very bad. So I was just sitting there surprised, like, y'all really just want to let us catch this COVID? Like, that's just going to be a bigger issue than just putting us on furlough or paying us while we're out. You know, like, it's just like, avoid the suing and avoid the lawsuits and just let us go. Like, might as well. At least from a company perspective, that's how I would thought of it. Because you would have less elements to handle. Just let them, just let your employees go home. There's no point. We're not essential workers. We're not needed. Why take the risk? So, I personally feel like COVID started way before they let us know. Probably around December of 2019. Because during that time I got really sick. Sicker than I've ever been. But my body kind of fought it off, and COVID wasn't even a thing yet, so I didn't even think it could be COVID. But now that I look back at it, it's possible. I feel fine now. I've been feeling fine. So I just never really went back to it. Or tried to check up back on it. But yeah, my job didn't want to let us go until things got super bad and New York shut down, and so they had no choice, because I am a resident in New York. So they did not have a choice but to close down. But I feel like that's just ridiculous. Like, you guys, I get it, you want to make money, but you should have plans set up as a company for situations like this, to take care of your workers and take care of your company, and to make sure you guys will still survive even throughout a pandemic. Like, companies have this set up. You have to. Yeah, I just found that really annoying. So then we were put on leave. So for the first couple of weeks, my boyfriend came down. So, because I think we all thought this thing was only gonna last a month. 5 months later. But anyways, so he came down thinking he'll only be here for a month. So like, why not just spend it together, because we were like long distance, so you know, spending a month together would be great, considering we'd only see each other like twice a month. But he came down, we ate a lot, guys. So the first half of COVID, I literally gained like 20 pounds. I can't even make this stuff up. Like, I literally gained so much weight just eating. And then I think it was like second going to the third month of COVID, I was alright. I had fun. I got to eat what I wanted to eat. Let's get back, you know, let's get it together again. And let's start eating rationally, because I was just eating to the point of where you're not even hungry, but you still want to eat type thing. And I found out I could bake, because I used to be awful at baking. So I finally found out, like, dang, I can bake, okay. So I started to bake and stuff, but I started to realize I really can't continue going on like this, or else, you know, we're gonna look crazy, and summer's gonna come soon, and if, you know, we're able to go outside during the summer, I'm gonna look crazy. So I kind of just started to make myself a little more restricted on what I ate, went on a diet, because if you know me, I just do like a lot of types of diets, just like quick diets, which isn't great, but I do it just to get myself looking right. After I kind of got that diet situation handled, and like my health and stuff under control, I decided, let's do a real estate course. So might as well be productive while we are stuck at home, because I've been wanting to do real estate. If I look this way, it's because I also have a mirror this way. So I've been wanting to do real estate for a very long time. And because I had work and I was doing so many other things, I never really had the time to get it done, because it's like a 75-hour course. And then you have to do a test, and then you have to do a state exam. And a lot of time goes into it. Because if you really want to be like a good agent, you have to not only study but know what you're studying. You can't just skim through it, or else later on when you take the exam, you're going to be pretty clueless. So that took me about a month to complete. And then we took the university exam that I used. We took that right away. I passed. And then because of COVID, we had literally had to wait like another month or two to take the actual state exam. So I recently took that like last week, and I passed. So now I am a licensed real estate agent, which is so great. I'm so excited, because I genuinely love homes, and I want to go ahead and start investing and stuff like that, you know, because we're trying to create a lot of types of wealth, not just your basic income. And so yeah, so I was able to go ahead and accomplish that during COVID, which was great. I think that was probably like my biggest accomplishment. Of course, COVID at first, I think to everyone was like skeptical or skepticism about it. Like, is this even true, or are they just trying to get us to stay inside? Which honestly, if you think that way, it doesn't benefit the economy to make us stay inside, because that means the economy is no longer stimulated, because no one is outside spending money. So for them to force it to stay inside, that would not make sense. Literally, that's like asking for a recession, and America would not do that on purpose, at least. And I know there's a bunch of conspiracies on it, on like COVID being planned and stuff like that. I honestly don't know. I guess we'll never know. I think it is smart to always question what you're told. I'm not a person who's just like who believes whatever someone tells me. So I think that's a good like trait to have. But it definitely is real. COVID is definitely real. Even if it's not the exact reason someone died was because of COVID, it definitely plays a part in the death of someone. I firsthand experience, my uncle died during COVID. It was really sad. It was a really hard time for me. And then that was kind of like the first time I realized like COVID is real, because someone I know very close to me was affected by it, and they passed away. And so, you know, you have to mourn with your family and heal. And so it just made me think of all the other amounts of people who had to suffer the same consequence because of COVID. So of course you're more susceptible if you have other underlying issues. He had diabetes as an underlying issue, So that definitely did not help when it came to him having COVID and being in the ICU with not being able to breathe and stuff like that. So he ended up passing away, which is really sad. And then I do know a couple other people, like my mom's best friend, her husband passed away. And so it's just like once you start hearing stories like that, you start to realize COVID is very real. Regardless, like I feel like it's almost very selfish to think just because you personally have not been affected directly, it doesn't exist. That's a very selfish way of thinking. It's like saying same thing with racism, just because you have not experienced it, it doesn't exist. That's not true. It doesn't make it true. It's still very much real. So yeah, I just feel like good things have come with COVID and bad things have come with COVID, of course. And it's not like I'm the only one who had to experience a death. A lot of people in the United States had to experience something like that with COVID, so it's pretty much like a universal thing. But again, to think like, oh, because it didn't affect me directly, it doesn't exist at all, is a very, very selfish way of thinking. So if anyone on my channel thinks that way, I would just challenge you to kind of put yourself in the shoes of others and just think in that perspective, because I've always been like that since I was a kid. I'm very, very empathetic, like to the point where anytime I see someone who is homeless, I literally cry. And I think I cried just because of the fact that there are billionaires and there are people who are literally homeless. And I hate how people have the idea that because they're homeless, they're probably drug addicts or alcoholics, and that might be the situation for some, but that is not everyone's situation. Some people had it all and just lost it all, and that's just that. So to judge someone based on what you see is, I don't think it's fair. And regardless if they did end up in that situation because some type of addiction, that still isn't our place to judge. We do not know what they went through. We do not know why that addiction started. And yeah, it's just simple stuff like that. I feel like still as humans, if you have and you're able to help someone else in need, you should. Not because you're obligated, but just because you're a good human. Just because the simple fact of that. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I give money out every time I go out, because honestly, I'd be broke. So I don't give money out every single time. But if I can and I have money, I will. And it doesn't have to be $20 or something crazy. It could be literally your leftover meal you had just from going out to eat. You can go ahead and give that to them because you have food at home. It can be $1. It can literally be someone standing outside of McDonald's, you coming, inviting them inside to get something that they like to eat, because just little things like that, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't break your bank to do it. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's just little things like that can make the world such a better place. Or just an easier place to live by. And honestly, if it comes down to you just not wanting to give something out, have a conversation with one of them. Get to know them. I can't even tell you how sometimes that little act of humanity just makes them feel way better than you giving them $20, just because you're acknowledging that they're human. And that's it's so sad to think about, to treat someone less than human because they're homeless. We could be in that same position any day. Nothing is promised. So it's definitely just a humble yourself type of situation to me. I refuse to think I'm better than anyone because of any other reason. Even though some people get that misconception of me quite quickly for whatever reason, I'm definitely not that person. You'll never see me out here acting like I'm better than you. For what? We're still human. You all beat the same. You all bleed the same. We're the same. So to me, yeah, I'll never, no. I won't even conversate with people like that. I think it's ridiculous, personally. Yeah. So this is really just talk about? We can talk about female supporting females, because I have very little of that. Yeah, I feel like some females feel like, if that makes sense, that if they support the next girl, that means they're not gonna get their bread or their half or their recognition that they want so bad. I feel like there's enough to go around. Of course, there are certain things that I probably would draw a line at, because there is a limit. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, here are all my ideas, take them. But if you tell me, hey, can you please retweet or repost this? Can you please shine some light on my company? Or if you guys have a company, like my followers have a company that you'd like to review, send it over. Like, I'll review it for you, put it on my YouTube, on my Instagram, like stuff like that. It doesn't hurt anybody to do that. And to be a supportive female does not hurt either. There is enough money in this world to go around. There are people who own billions and billions of dollars, and you think there's not enough for us to both be successful in the same world? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And I also believe in karma. I feel like what you put into this world, you're gonna receive out of this world. So that bad energy and that mentality of I help her, then I can't get what I want is ridiculous. Karma is, at least for me, that's why I just try not to do anything negative or say negative things, because my karma comes to me quite quickly. I'm talking within seconds, my karma hits me. So learn from a young age. Just be a good person. If you guys do want some story times on like some crazy experiences that I've had, let me know below, because I wouldn't mind doing that. I think that'd be really fun. But yeah, I feel like female empowerment is so important, because at the end of the day, all we have is each other. Also, I feel like credit where it's due is very important. So if you know you got something from someone else, don't act like you made it up. That's not cute. Don't do that. I feel like that happens a lot within the Black community, and that stuff really ticks me off. And I don't mean like, okay, so let me explain. So this girl on TikTok, I guess, a white girl, I'll just say that. She went on TikTok and she pretended that she made up the weave and called it she added her name, something technique. No, give credit where it's due. You know you didn't do that. It's like everybody's always taking from the Black community, and that's so fucking annoying. Like, you can't love the culture and hate the people. You can't do that. I mean, you can because people do it, but you shouldn't. Like, how does that make sense? Give credit where it's due. If you know you did not come up with that, don't claim credit for that, because you're just going to look dumb when people call you out for it. Save yourself the embarrassment. And you honestly look better giving credit where it's due than you do trying to claim credit for something you didn't do. Even when TikTok started and the original, what was the dance called? It was like the bomb. I honestly don't know what the dance was called, but her dance was made by a young Black girl. And then all the white TikTokers took literally all the credit and went on even basketball halftime shows and literally took the credit until they pretty much forced them to be like, oh no, she made it. And then they kind of played it off and got away with it. And I think that's dumb too. All that stuff is dumb. Give credit where it's due. The truth always comes to light. Just know that. Like, you'll only get away with it for so long. Even with the Jeffree Star situation. He has done so many things towards the Black community. I honestly don't know how a lot of people still support him at all. Like, I don't get it. His palettes aren't that great. Enough to be like, he's racist, but I'll still give him my coin. It's not that great. No. His palettes aren't that good. And his attitude has always been like, I'm better than you type attitude. And like I just said, I don't mess with those type of people. I don't think I've ever like actually sat down and enjoyed a Jeffree Star video. I can honestly say that. he's just, his personality, it kills it. And it's like he would have such a good success story if he was just humble and cared about others, because he's really just me. I just don't know how people still support someone like that, because if it was a black creator, baby, you will never see that black creator again. So, you know, we need to start getting fair. Don't support those who don't deserve it. He has plenty of money to support his lifestyle. He could care less about how he makes you guys feel. At least that's my opinion. The Jeffree Star lovers don't come for me. But when wrong, people do wrong, it's wrong. That's my other thing. I don't care how much I love somebody or support their content. If they do wrong, they do wrong. That's it. That even goes with my family. If I see even my mom and she's in the wrong, even if she's my mom, I'm telling her you're in the wrong. Like, that's just what it is. I'm not gonna baby anybody and act like, oh no, they're great, their potential, da da da. No, they're wrong. And that's just what it is. They're wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I say that a lot too. I don't know. Whenever I'm like in the middle of conversation or something. Let me do a little more. I don't know if it's too early in my channel to name other YouTubes I really enjoy. Like, if you're having trouble looking for other YouTubers. Okay, so the first YouTuber that I am like hands down love, unproblematic queen, bougie, but still humble queen, absolutely love her, Aaliyah's Face. Y'all, if you have not seen her channel, please go check her out. She is literally everything. And it's not even like what she gets or how she presents herself. I mean, it is obviously part of how she presents herself, and her content is great, but it's just her as a person. Even though I don't know her, she's very transparent. She keeps it very real. It doesn't really leave you guessing like what she's thinking. She just says it, and I appreciate that. And she's just like honestly a good role model. She's come from having to support her own dreams, struggling, working 2 jobs while doing YouTube, and she persevered, and now she's doing great, and she deserves all the success she's getting. And that's just what it is. If you work hard, you deserve it. But she's never changed throughout that process, and that's why I appreciate the most. But yeah, she's just great. I love Aaliyah's Face. If you guys haven't looked at her channel, go look at her channel. She's great. And who else? I think her name is Winnie Parker. She's great too. I don't know if you would call her like a big YouTuber. I think she's in like the 80,000s, which to me is big, but she's doing her thing on her channel. She does, from what I saw, mainly plus size content, like plus on try on hauls. But for me, it's just the way she like represents herself, her confidence, her what's that word when you're very transparency. She's really good too. She's great. I also love Angui Tacho. I think that's how you say it. She's great. Love her channel. She's very sweet. She seems very sweet because again, I don't know these people. You only see what you know, but from what I see, she seems like a very down-to-earth girl. Her content is always A1. And it's entertaining. She's sweet. Bronny, if you guys have not seen her either, I recommend her as well. She is stylish as hell. Her channel mainly consists of like fashion hauls, like try-on hauls, which I love. I love try-on hauls. So she's great too. She's a little more monotone, but I don't know what it is. I think great to watch. Like, she's still very much entertaining. And I'm pretty sure she styles her try-on-hauls. So if you guys want me to do try-on-hauls where I style them and show you how I would wear them, feel free to comment down below that. Like, how do you guys prefer hauls? Like, for me to style how I'd wear it, or for me to just try on clothes? Leave that down below, because I'm still trying to figure out how I like to film those hauls. But yeah. Okay, we are almost there, y'all. But see what I'm talking about? My hair, y'all. I have so much hair. Like, a lot of hair. And I like my hair to be straight. Like, I don't want no little dent. None of that. Other YouTubers that I like is Stella Williams. She's also a plus size fashion YouTuber. She does a great job as well, and she just seems like a sweet person, so I enjoy watching her content. My guilty pleasures on YouTube would be mukbangs or mukbangs, however you want to say it. I love watching mukbangs. I don't know what it is, y'all. That is my guilty pleasure. That's my YouTube guilty pleasure. I just love it. And my main go-to would be Stephanie Stephanie. She is great. And that's because she tells a story while she does it, so it's just that much more entertaining. So I get to watch you eat. And you're telling me a scary story, go ahead. Do your thing, girl. She's great too. She's very animated, so it makes it that much better. Who else do I watch? Honestly, try to watch smaller channels as well, because I think it's like there's almost bliss to seeing from where people start off, which is pretty cool. Like their beginnings, and then you see them progress over time. So my already OG subscribers, those are you little 20s down there. I see you. You guys kind of get to see me evolve, and I think that's pretty neat. I think that's kind of like the beauty of YouTube as well. You kind of see people evolve. It's pretty cool. Watching them grow. So yeah, I enjoy watching small YouTubers. I don't have any in mind right now, like by name. But whatever like pops up on my feed, I try to give it a chance. Look. Or watch the video at least to its entirety. Because sometimes when you try to like skip over or you kind of log out of the video, you miss some good parts or something that would let you know more about their personality. Talking about personality, if you guys want to get to know me or like one of those type of things, like get to know me type thing, let me know. I can film that video for you guys so I can kind of talk about me more in depth so you guys can just get to know me a little bit more. But I don't want to put that video out unless you guys want it. So, and I did realize I have the AC on in the background. It's too late now. I'm gonna have to literally re-record this whole thing now. Nah, I don't really want to do that, so I think you guys can take it for one video. I'll make sure the next video I do not have the AC on, or I'll just try to cancel out the noise. We'll see what I'm able to do, because I'm still fresh and learning these how to edit type thing. Yeah. Hope you guys don't mind it. Okay, you know what's so weird? To record while people are home, because I live with roommates. So I just find it so awkward. Like, they'll probably hear me talk to myself and they're like, who is this girl talking to? But I'm really talking to you guys. So it's like, I mean, that's part of the YouTuber, you just can't hear I ranted enough, and I still have like the top half of my head to go. So I'm just gonna fast forward until the end, and then just leave your comments below during this time. Let me know if you do like when I talk a lot, because I am a talker, and what you guys would like to hear for Let's Talk Tuesday, like topics you want to hear me talk about, what you're interested in, and stuff like that. But yeah, let me go ahead and just fast forward. Stop the video here. I know it's kind of like abrupt, but again, I really don't know what to talk about, so leave comments below. Let me know if you guys like these type of videos, and let me know what you'd like to see next when it comes to my Let's Talk Tuesdays, what conversations you want to have, topics you want to talk about. Feel free to go ahead and let me know just things that happen throughout the week. Just comment below, say something, say your name, say your favorite color, whatever you like. And yeah, make sure to also subscribe to become part of the family. And I do realize I left the AC on. It's just super hot when you do your hair. For next time though, I'll make sure I do take it off.